Hi, folks. Hey there. Um, I have been looking and looking and looking for years for a way to continue juicing with my increasingly limited energy, pain. Um, well, increasing energy, limited pain, or wait, increasing pain, limited energy, and my dexterity issues. Um, with traditional juicers, you have to, especially the ones that work well, the centrifugal upstanding ones are not what you want to use because they heat up the juice too much and they really kill all the nutrients, which I thought was kind of bull. Until I happened to try one and I thought, oh wow, I'm not having to drink nearly as much juice to get like a bigger impact. So um, but I can find cold pressed juice that's fresh and I can find organic juice, but I can't find them both in the same space usually. And juice bars also seem to not have any idea how actual business works. And so they're just a hot mess organizationally. And I've had a bad experience with like every single one I've ever dealt with outside of the West Coast. So so what I'm going to do is show you this Kuvings AUTO10. This is what the box looks like. I just ordered it. It went down a bit in price, which was very, very helpful because I think it started out about $900, and that was pushing it for me for sure. The next best one I've ever seen was $1,100, and that was way out of my range. So the other thing you want to know about cold pressed juicers is if you've ever used a centrifugal juicer and been like, okay, where did all my produce go? And now I have like 1 cup of juice. That's because centrifugal juicers are really inefficient in the way that they use your produce. Cold pressed juicers are going to press so much more out of it. So you're just going to have the waste you get is just going to be the fiber. And it shouldn't even taste like anything at that point. It shouldn't even be very usable for anything, beyond just kind of fillers in a muffin or something. So this is how it comes. I'm going to put it together as we go here. Let's see how that, I don't know what that's doing. This is very glary. So this is one of the containers. This is not quite what I think of as a full-size blender container, but just about. This is, not that I can see this very well, 5. Altogether, if you went all the way up to the rim, this is 6 cups, and you get 2 of them. So that gives you an idea of how much more you're able to juice here. Other ones that I've had have 4-cup containers, and that, tells you kind of what you can do with them. I'm trying to get rid of that glare for you. So this is the unit. So the motor would be in here. It comes in some different colors, but it doesn't come in blue. So silver seemed like the most reasonable for blue. This is a spout that you can keep open or closed while you're doing it. It has a little gusset. So it's, a rubber in here so that it's not going to leak for you. Shouldn't leak for you anyway. We'll see. That's just a little thing. This is already put together for you, but I'll show you kind of how this goes here. And I haven't read the instructions yet, and so this will be, we'll see if it's pretty easy and user-friendly to put together or not. Okay, this is called the blank strainer for sorbets and frozen treats. I'm not going to put that one in because that's not what I'm doing. This would be the smoothie strainer for fruit smoothies and adding texture. So that's if you wanted more, If you wanted more texture, you can do that. I usually go for juices that are just juices myself. It comes with the juicing element in there. I'm going to just put that back in. And your blade is on there as well. I'm going to put these other elements off to the side. taking off the packaging here. Okay, now this is really the game changer part, the part that you can really see that changes the game. I'm going to show you. Okay, this is about 3.5 quarts. It's a bowl that you put the produce into, and then it sucks it through to where it's going. And this is really what changes the juicing game, right? This is quite large. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. You know how when you think about a gallon, you think about a gallon of milk, but then if you look at it any other way, it always seems smaller. This actually does not seem smaller to me. I would only have to cut a celery into half and put it in there, a stalk into half and put it in there. I could fit, let's see, if you wanted to do all apples, you'd want to cut some of them. But if you were just doing partly apples, you would not need to cut them. This would certainly hold a good 2 bunches of kale. Probably these days with how small the kale bunches are, it might even do 4 if you were insistent. It has these little, has this arrow here. We're going to see where that arrow goes here. We're going to first try it without reading the instructions and see if it's easy to figure out. Okay, let's see. Okay, that did go in there. Let's see if that, and there's a little red spot here. So I'm going to see, I'm sure it's important where it ends up. So we're going to take a quick look at the instruction manual here. I'm guessing this probably doesn't go diagonal. So let's see which way it wants to go. And I have not plugged it in because, I don't want to be manipulating it while it's plugged in here. So here's your manual. This is called the auto hopper. So it's going to suck, this is going to suck this stuff down. This is the juicing chamber. This is called the base. The juicing chamber has lots of stuff in it, but it's already put together. Okay, so it says completely insert the juicing strainer into the rotation wiper. I think it was already in there. I think that's how they packed it. Okay, and then, yes, and then there's a round kind of auger thing in the middle. That is also already in there. It has a blade on it. Okay, place the auto hopper onto the juicing bowl, aligning the arrow thing. Okay, that's good. With the unlock symbol on the juicing bowl. Okay, so what we need to do is find that unlock symbol on the juicing bowl. Okay, so it's right here actually. And we're going to line it up there. Okay. And then you have a little arrow here and it goes over here. And then there's a little thing that says locked, but I can't scoot it over there. Turn the auto hopper clockwise until it's lined up with the lock. Okay, I'm pressing it. That's not working. Okay. I don't see that working here. Okay. So I guess what I'll do is I'm going to take this back apart to see if there's something to this that is the issue. We're going to start from 0 here. Okay, this is on here. I think that part's probably fine. I don't really know how to take this part out, but I should actually make sure I know how to because you're going to have to clean it. Okay, so this part, we're placing the juicing strainer into the rotation wiper. Wait. they're using the wrong word there. Okay, the rotation wiper is this. I don't know why they call it that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but there you go. Okay, it says put this in here. I think this has a little red button, and this has a little red button here. You're just going to line that up, I think. It does kind of nestle in there. There's nothing, this is just a wiper mechanism. It's not a blade. The blades are just the little serrator things in the last part that we looked at. So you don't need to worry. Okay. Let's see here. So we have these in here. Now we're going to try, let's try this again. Make sure there's no other arrows. Okay, there's no other arrows on here. This is the only arrow right here. I'm going to try it again. It's still not going in. There we go. Okay, now it's kind of in. Okay, but it's still not letting you lock it though. Huh. Okay, well this is not working. This just doesn't want to go. There. Oh, it does want to go. Okay. Okay, now it's locked. That's weird. So you really have to do it with two hands. You have to kind of grab it from here, back here, and for some reason that makes a really big difference. Okay. They should probably put that on there. It's not that it was hard, it just doesn't. When you're doing it this way, you're pulling down on it a little bit, and you really have to like take it over horizontally. Okay, so the clamp, you want to at least start with this clamp closed probably. Make sure the pulp spout is set to lock. That's this piece here. Lock is up and unlock is down. Okay, so we're going to set it to lock at first. Place the pulp cup. That's this, just the cup. The other great thing about this product is I was pretty sure that it was tall enough to go right into the jar. And sure enough, it is tall enough to go right into the jar. Now this is for the pulp, so you could just do this, or I have a bowl that, you know, I will either take out to compost. So this can be a big bowl. The last juicer I had was high or was low enough that you couldn't put a big bowl under it. So if you're juicing for 2 hours and you're getting a lot of pulp, you'd have to keep switching that out. I don't have to do that anymore. I can just use my big bowl and put it there and be done with it. I'm going to scooch this back a little bit. And then I can use these to catch my juice, or, oh, look at that. They're two different sizes, actually. I didn't realize that. Okay. So this one is, let's see, 1,000 milliliters. This one's 1,300 milliliters. So you're talking 6 cups versus, oh wait, no, 5 cups versus 6.5 cups with these. But either way, you can use those, right? Or you can just put it straight into your juice container and then stick it in the freezer to super chill it. So, so that really saves you there. And all I'm going to do now is we're going to put the plug on. You've surely done this before. And I'm not going to juice anything in this video. We'll do a separate little video for that. But you're going to, the plug goes at the back. I won't show you that because I'm sure you can figure that one out. It's a pretty long plug, pretty long cord. This is a good, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a good 5 feet cord. Okay, apparently it's on, so turn it off. Okay, now it's turned off. And then this is just a little pusher downer in case you need to move stuff around. What I don't know yet is if I open this, will it turn off? Let's see. Okay, it will turn off if you do that. That's good to know. But it does have a reverse. It doesn't sound quite as hefty as I was anticipating, but the reviews on this juicer are consistently excellent. The reviews for the next best options, which still only have, feeders about 1.5 inches wide, if that, so you have to cut everything up a million times. They still do not. Like even, the newer versions, they always have one piece or another that breaks. And, like you're not paying for it so that it will break. If one piece breaks, you can't use any of it. So no point in spending $400 on something that's just going to break. So that is the juicer. It's a pretty tall footprint. It's about, I'd say 18 inches or so high. It's a pretty small footprint in terms of, it's a small footprint. It's a tall air print, if you will. So this is altogether not more than a foot between how the cord juts out and how this juts out. So that's the Kuvings AUTO10.